Afternoon.
Are those LSU pads?
Yes, they are.
Coach Sirianni, he went out of his way to mention Zach Bond's toughness. What have you seen from him so far?
Pure effort, pure heart, a person that loves the game of football, sticking his head in every play, on downhill runs, just, man, a guy that's just going out there being relentless, man, and I knew that about him, being with the Saints, he was on special teams doing it, and now it's just translating over to being, D versus D, O. So he's just letting his light shine.
Is it cool for you, because you've seen the other side of it, for him to get this chance here in Philly?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, more than football. So, just getting to learn who he is, I think that was something what we did in OTAs and, just to see where he come from and, know that he has the ability to be a starting linebacker. That's a great thing for a guy. People value special teams as well because you got to win all three phases of the game, but you don't want to label a guy as just a special teams guy. He's a playmaker. He's a guy that can go on the edge and rush as well. I think he's very versatile. And, man, I feel like it's good seeing him out here shine.
How did you feel with the Green Dot on Thursday? How was the communication when you had the responsibility?
Man, I felt great with it. As far as Thursday, I don't feel like I had one of my best practices. Feel like I got to bring it even more. The intensity level just got to keep going up, keep rising. But as far as just communication-wise, I feel like everything is always solid, getting the play in and communicating it to the front end and the back end. Because some guys be running back from deep balls and they didn't get it, and you gotta over communicate. So that take a test into how good a shape you in. Can you play a play and make sure everybody get the next call? So I feel good as far as that part.
When you're hearing a coach, do you want like bare bones or do you want a little extra from whatever?
When you're hearing the call come in,
yeah.
I just want you to call the call twice. So as I'm saying it the first time, I make sure I got it, and then, I feel like I don't need the extra details. I'll be, kind of on it, but if you throw them in there, I will relate it to the guys as best as I can before we got to get lined up.
What's showing up in the accountability group text during the past week?
Say it again?
What's showing up in the group text, the accountability group text during the past week? What's been like?
Oh, yeah, just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? We really self-evaluation. That's what we've been talking about. Or you holding yourself to a standard. And I think the new phrase, as far as can your teammates trust you? Are you going out there giving everything you got to where when you're watching film, you can say, hey, my teammates can trust me in every position, every play because you're not taking plays off.
Has anybody been added to that group chat?
No, sir.
Still the same?
Yes, sir.
In the offseason, the Eagles added a few guys, I want to say like you, but you, Mekhi Becton, John Ross, guys who've been, top 10, top 15 picks. What comes with that when you enter the league that maybe someone who's not in that position can understand?
I mean, everybody know you put on the pedestal. You got to go out there and perform right now. That's the reason why they value you so high coming out the draft. And, I mean, it's just football at the end of the day, man. You take it and you just got to keep getting better. I think that's the mindset that you got to have. Like, hey, I was picked high, but I got a job to do. I love football. I've been playing it. It was a reason why I was picked this high. Just continue to flourish, I feel like when you get back in the NFL, you just a seed being planted again, and you got to water yourself every day to grow. And, I mean, that's how I feel coming here. It's a new environment, new coaching staff, new defense, and I'm a seed again, and I just been getting watered by everybody, just pouring in and making the days count.
Saw you back there listening pretty intently when Isaiah was talking. What do you know about his story? Good relationship with him?
Yeah, I mean, I mess with him all the time. He a big cleat guy. So, just hearing about his story, man, he learned from it, something that I don't want to do. I learned from him as well because when we did the security, the gambling policy with the whole team, he told his story, and it was something so little that you never would think that could, be so big. So, man, hats off to him to having the mindset of coming back and overcoming that and not letting it get in the way of his future, because he got a daughter to feed. You know what I'm saying? I really respect him. I respect his game. He's been out here doing everything that's been asked of him, and he's been doing it at a high level. I always joke with him, tell him he's super fresh, because he haven't played ball in a while. But, man, he's a guy on a mission, man, a hungry guy.
You said that Isaiah addressed the team during the betting,
Yeah.
meeting?
He basically just told everybody his story, what happened, and just let everybody know it wasn't worth it. So that was pretty, I ain't gonna say it was cool because you don't want nobody to go through that, but just having a offender, of that situation, the gambling policy in the building, you can learn from him. I bet you he studied all the do's and don'ts, and he probably know him like a book because that may be his thing. And there's some things you can do, but it's the small, fine detail that you can't do. And, that's how easy it can happen.
What does it say about him that he was willing to, kind of?
I just show he a high character guy. He's a guy that's not ashamed of his situation. He took it on the chin. He suffered his consequences and he fought his way back. And he's doing a great job with it.
We were just talking to Reed Blankenship about all the clips that Vic Fangio shows you guys of legal hits, but as close to being illegal as possible. I mean, how much is he trying to ingrain the toughness of the physical play?
Yeah, I mean, he wants everybody going out there playing the game the right way, protecting players, but also establishing dominance. He shows a lot of clips from guys who did it the right way. He shows clips of not so the right way, even a new drop roll hip tackle or whatever like that they don't want in the lead anymore. So we're just making sure that we still being tough but doing it the right way and protecting players.
You want physicality and toughness to be the idea?
Oh, most definitely. Like that's where it started up front. You see the big guys up front. You don't want them out there getting tossed around. You want it to start with them and just spread out through the back end.
I'm curious, Vic Fangio was speaking earlier about how the off-ball linebacker, the inside linebacker position is like good defenses need that position, and maybe more so than 10 years ago where playing in space mattered. But then you look at the draft, and since there hasn't been one draft in the top 5. Since Isaiah Simmons, there hasn't been one in the top 10. Why do you think there's kind of a difference with the way the league might be in the position and the importance on the field?
That right there, I don't know. I'm glad I established what I did to, show that I was worthy to be taken that high. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. My time of playing and doing it, I've been asked to cover the most versatile running backs in the league. When I first got in the league as a young pup, with Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, any guy that was a Pro Bowl, All-Pro guy, I had to go against them. And even when the defense go dime, I didn't come off the field. I stayed on the field with the DBs, and I was able to cover and rush. So I don't know if guys that's coming out don't have those similar traits. That could be player factor that everybody can't do it. It's not for everybody. You don't have 4-down linebackers all over the world. You can't just go pick them out of a hat. You really got to be one of those guys, and I take pride in that. So I don't know, man. I just hope that more linebackers in college, if you see this, keep working hard, make yourself more than one-dimensional, make yourself really versatile because your time coming and we need more of y'all in the NFL so we can make our position flourish even more because we need it on the field, as captains, as generals, people to fly around and, do all things, cover in space, tackle in space.
Which of your young teammates are you looking forward to watching on Friday night?
Say it again?
Which of your young teammates are you looking forward to watching on Friday night?
Shoot, all of them. Whoever get to play, myself included, if I get to play, they haven't told us anything yet, but, just everybody, see how do we perform under the lights with it sped up going against another offense that we haven't seen yet. We've been going against our offense, and we kind of know a lot of traits that they like to do, but just going out there fresh against somebody else, now you got to rely on your keys, and, you just got to be extra locked in to make sure you're in the right place. So I feel like everybody that go in, technique would be important, and I think that's what will get us by and make sure we come out on the right side.
They've won 24 in a row.
Who that?
Preseason games, the Ravens have won 24.
Nah, I ain't know that. I ain't know that, but
Is that a meaningful stat? Or?
I feel like it's a test of they get guys ready. I will say that. I feel like whoever in the game should be able to show up. At the end of the day, we all NFL players, we all at the highest level, so you need to go in there and play like it. So it is a tell to how much work they put in, that the second, third guy can go in there and be just as productive as the first guy. And it should be the same way over here, no matter who in. I've been taking reps with the ones, the twos. I don't care what D-line, what outside linebackers, corner safeties I'm working with. We all need to work as one unit and be just as dominant as a person that's working with the ones. So it's just that mindset you got to have. Some people got it, some people don't. But when you're working with people, you just got to bring the best out of them.
Thank you,
I appreciate y'all.